जयो गोपीजन वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी। सभी गाइए। जयो गोपीजन वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी। जयो यशोदानंदन जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो यशोदानंदन जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो यमुना तीर वनचारी जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो कुंज बिहारी। जयो यमुना तीर वनचारी जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो कुंज बिहारी। जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Vishnupad Paramhams Parivrajākaracārya Ashtoshatra. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kṛṣṇa. I would like to welcome you all for this evening in our Srimad Bhagavad Gita class. Today we are reading for chapter 9 entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge, text number 29. Samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ya bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham. Mataji, samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham samo aham sarva-bhūteṣu na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi teṣu cāpy aham. Word to word meaning: samaḥ, equally disposed; aham, I; sarva-bhūteṣu, to all living entities; na, no one; me, to me; dveṣyaḥ, hateful; asti, is; na, nor; priyaḥ, dear; ye, those who; bhajanti, render transcendental service; tu, but; mam, unto me; bhaktya, in devotion; mayi, are in me; te, such persons; teṣu, in them; cha, also; api, certainly; aham, I. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Purport: One may ask question here that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is his special friend, then why does he take a special interest in the devotees who are always engaged in his transcendental service? But this is not discrimination. It is natural. Any man in this material world may be very charitable, disposed, yet he has a special interest in his own children. The Lord claims that every living entity in whatever form, in his Son, and so he provides everyone with a generous supply of the necessities of life. He is just like a cloud which pours rain all over, regardless of whether it falls on the rock or land or water. But for his devotees, he gives special attention. Such devotees are mentioned here. They are always in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Therefore, they are always transcendentally situated in Kṛṣṇa. The very phrase Kṛṣṇa consciousness suggests that those who are in such consciousness are living transcendentalists situated in him. The Lord says here distinctly, mayi, they are in me, naturally. As a result, the Lord is also in them. This is reciprocal. This also explains the word, ye yathā maṁ prapadyante tāṁs tathaiva bhajami aham. Whoever surrenders into me proportionately, I'll take care of him. This transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotee are conscious. When a diamond is set in a golden ring, it looks very nice. The gold is glorified, and at the same time, the diamond is glorified. The Lord and the living entity eternally glitter. And when the living entity becomes inclined to the service of the Supreme Lord, he looks like gold. The Lord is a diamond. And so this combination is very nice. Living entities in a pure state are called devotees. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotees of his devotees. If a reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, then there is no personalist philosophy. In the impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation between the Supreme and the living entity. But in the personalist philosophy, there is. The example is often given that the Lord is like a desire tree, and whatever one wants from this desire tree, the Lord supplies. But here, the explanation is more complete. The Lord is here stated to be partial to the devotees. This is the manifestation of Lord's special mercy to the devotees. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It belongs to the transcendental situation in which the Lord and his devotees function. Devotional service to the Lord is not an activity of this material world. It is part of the spiritual world where eternity, bliss, and knowledge predominates. Om Ajnānatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshu Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindho Dīnbandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namao Vishnu Padaya Kṛṣṇa Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarane Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So nowadays we are listening this beautiful chapter. The chapter itself is telling so much by its own entitle. It says the most confidential knowledge. There is a confidential knowledge and where the word has been used the most, it becomes a more confidential. It's guhyam, and there's more guhyam, and there's more guhyam. So it is secret of the secret, Lord is telling here. As we all know, the first 6 chapter, it goes to Karma Yoga, and the last 6th chapter, it goes to Jnana Yoga, and the middle 6th chapter, it talks about the Bhakti Yoga. And in top of that, this chapter 9, the itself is talk about the most confidential knowledge. And we are just about to finish this chapter, maybe in 3 or 4 verses. And today we are having this 29, verse number 29 here. And many people, not from today's world, today's time, like since the time immemorial, the Danvas, the Rakshas, the demons, and many other, those who don't love God, and they don't follow what the God says, they always have a blame to say to God. And what is that? God is very partial. He favors one party and is unfavor another party. That is not nice. God has to be equal. That's what they say. But here, Lord is refuting by Hare Kṛṣṇa, Mataji. So here, Lord is refuting this blame that whatever misconception you have, please listen carefully. And what is that? Samo, aham, sarva-bhūteṣu. Samo means I am equal to all the living entity, whether not of this earthly planet, anywhere in the universe, in the 14 planets. And living entity does not mean only human. It means in any form. Look at in the purport, what Srila Prabhupada is writing here. He says that the Lord claims that every living entity in whatever form is His Son, and He provides everyone with generous supply of the necessities of life. We have seen in our life, if a father has many children, 4 or 5 children, number one, son, he obedient, he's very obedient. Whatever father says, he follows. And number second son, more or less, he follows. Number third, in between. And number fourth, doesn't obey the father's order. But does it mean the father, he stop providing all the necessity to all his 4 children? No, he doesn't do. He loves them so much, he equally provides even though they are obedient or not obedient. That's what the Lord does. There are many people we have seen in the history, in the Srimad Bhagavatam and many other Puranas, that there were many sons, they became demons in the wrong association and they want to kill their own father. Still, Father has provided them everything. Namely, they gave them the chance to live in this world. They gave them the chance to come out of this material world. They gave them the intelligence, gave them food, necessities, water, air, what not so. But still, the son is misbehaving with the father, not following his instructions. And more or less, we are also doing it. Sometimes we follow, sometimes we don't follow. But still, as a loving father, he does everything for his beloved child. Only for one sake. What? A child must follow the obedient father. Why? By doing so, the child will remain always happy in this world and in the spiritual world too. That's all his main purpose is. He is providing every facilities. Okay, you want to enjoy this world? You enjoy. Please be enjoy. But have something, a manual book in your hand, so you can read it, you can apply in your life and come back to me. But are we doing it? No, we are not doing it at all. We want to do what we want to do. But still, our loving Father, Kṛṣṇa, is not upset with us. Still, He sends His representative to all of us. They help us. They help us a lot. We do start our progress, bhakti, but in between, we leave again. Again, we remain in this material world. But still, again, Lord Kṛṣṇa sends His representative again and again. But does it mean that if a child is not listening, is not obeying the father's order, does he have a right to blame the father? That my father is only loves my elder brother, he's not loving me at all? No, father loves everybody. But for seeing the welfare of the whole family, for the whole community, he more or less, he restrains himself. Let me give you an example to understand this. Just as a teacher in the class, okay, we all have attended our schools and colleges. In the class, teacher always have 60-50 students. Teachers always impart the knowledge equally. She or he doesn't hold anything within himself or herself. She equally imparts. Some child, some student, they become number one, they become first, some second, some third, some fourth, some fifth, sixth, seventh and 10, and some passed out on average and some gets failed. And those students, those who gets failed, they bring their parents. And the parents comes and they chastise the teacher. Look teacher, what kind of teaching are you doing? My child has failed this year. You are not a good teacher. You don't know how to teach. But this is of your negligence. My child has failed now. He has lost his 1 year. But an intelligent teacher, he brings the parents of that child, those who have passed. They say, my dear sir, look at that. If your child has failed, but how come this other 40, 50 or 60 student has passed out? Why he has only been failed? Because I was throughout the whole year, I was giving the knowledge equally to everybody. I was not holding anything by myself. But those who are good student, very intelligent student, after the class, they come to me. They say, sir, whatever you have taught, that's very nice, but I am also looking from different angle. Do you mind helping me from that angle also? Because to see one thing, there is not only one angle, there are many angles to see. You can see one thing from many different angles. So this intelligent child, intelligent student, they look one thing from different angle. So from teacher perspective, teacher has a very good inclination to help this special child. But those who are not properly attentive in the class and they don't come later on also and they don't study throughout the whole year, and where is the question for them to pass out the exam? So whose fault is this? Is it the teacher's fault or student's fault? Student's fault. Certainly, there is no doubt about it. It's the student's fault. And similarly here, Lord is also saying, I am giving things knowledge. I am loving everybody. I am equally telling everybody to follow the path because you are living in this material world. And if you don't do so, what will happen? Then you have to face the consequences. And the consequences is the law of nature. If you do so this, you will be rewarded by the law of nature. And if you don't do this, you will be punished by the laws of nature. So the both thing is in your hand, it's not in my hand. Okay, another example to understand this, just like our police department in our society. Yeah, police department has made a beautiful rule. Whoever breaks this, they will be punished. But why it's only certain amount of people go to the jail? Why not everybody is going? And why only those people are going, why not others are going? Because those who are good citizens, those who wants to follow the government rule, they are living happily. Government doesn't have to put them in the jail. But those who are breaching the law, who are harassing others, to make peace in the society, government has to take action. So government catches them. They give them the warning 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And if they don't listen, catch them, put them in the jail. So there is another way, another level of correcting the citizen. But if somebody does so does that prisoner has a right to blame the government? So that's what we are doing it. That's why many people not having a proper knowledge about the Bhagavad Gita towards Lord Shri Krishna, they blame it. They say, no, your Lord is like that. But in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is comparing Lord Krishna to rain. Rain does not discriminate with anybody. Rain falls on the rock, rain falls on the land, rain falls on the water without any discrimination. Rain also falls in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in India, in here, everywhere. Doesn't say you people fight with each other. No, I will not pour on Pakistan, I will not pour on India, I will be like that. No, equally distributing. Pandita Samadarshina. That is the vision of the Lord. And the vision of the Lord is as equal as vision of his devotees also. His pure devotees, having the full proper knowledge of the spiritual and material things, they see things equally. They does not discriminate with anybody. They impart the knowledge equally. That's why Srila Prabhupada has given this knowledge, spiritual, throughout the whole world without seeing anyone's discrimination. He doesn't see the caste, he doesn't see the age, he doesn't see the color, he doesn't see the nation, he doesn't see the gender, he doesn't see anything. We hear many times when we go for preaching that this Bhagavad Gita is a Hindu philosophy. Yeah, nowhere in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord said to Arjuna, Arjuna, do you know you are Hindu and I'm Hindu God? Let's talk about some Hindu philosophy. He has never said anywhere in the Bhagavad Gita. Whoever is conditioned in this material world and wants to get out, wants to be happy, please happily accept this knowledge. See, we all have been in schools and colleges, yeah? In our classrooms, we have seen many students or many of our friends, they are coming out of different religion. Someone is coming from Muslim background, Sikh, Jainism, Baptist, Christian, and many other, okay? And when the examination is there, we cheat. We copy from each other everything. We don't say, no, Baba, you are a Sikh person, I will not, copy from you. You are a Muslim, I will not copy for you. Just show me, yaar, I just want to write it down, I don't know the answer. You just do, and you pass out the exam together, and you are happily. When material knowledge we can gain while being together, then what is the problem with the spiritual knowledge? Why not we are able to understand this small thing, ki if to cross over one small exam of this material world, we are working together, copying each other. Why don't we copy the knowledge also of spiritual life? Why we are saying this is your God, this is my God, this is this God, this is that God? No, this is not what Lord is saying. Samo, aham, sarva-bhūteṣu. I am equal to everyone. The point is, in different time, place and circumstances, I am known by different name. But I am the only one person. One person of this material world is known by many names. Yes? Like if you see a small child, his mother calls him something else. My baby, my chunnu, my munnu, something else. Father says something else. Okay, Dadi Ma, grandmother says something else. Nani Ma says something else. Neighbor says something else. Schools, colleges say something else. So if a person made out of these gross material elements and 5 gross and 3 subtle, if he has got many names, why not God? God is unlimited. He is known by unlimited names. So what is the problem here? Not to understand one thing. We have to have our understanding very broader. They're thinking, okay, according to our philosophy, our scripture, our Vaishnava philosophy, God is worshipped by in such a way. According to their teaching, God is worshipped by in a different way. In different world, different part of worship is going on according to their different teaching. So we must have a spiritual vision to see, no, my same Lord, He is known by different name at different place and is being worshipped by differently, but at least people are worshipping Him. So I must respect their culture. I must respect their religion. Same thing is saying, na dveṣyo, na me dveṣyo asti na priyaḥ. I am not envious also. I am totally equal. I am totally equal here. But in the third line, Lord is saying, but whoever worships me, I takes care of that devotee wonderfully. We have seen throughout, this is 9 chapter, 29 words. Throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita, we have seen, Lord, His words are always bit not clear, not straight. It's always equipoisal. He says something else, just like I say, I am inside, but I am also outside. But how is it possible? For living entity like us, we either be inside or outside. We can't be simultaneously both in the same time. No, it is not possible, but it's not possible for us, but it is very much possible for the Lord. That's what he's saying. I'm not partial. I'm not envious. No one is dear to me. But whoever listens to me, whoever follows my instruction, whoever worships me, I personally take care of the child. And Srila Prabhupada gives the example in the purport is that a donor, okay? A donor donates so much money or so much wealth, so much clothes, so much whatever you can, the shoes, shirts, pants, sari, anything to all the living entity every day. But he has a special feeling for his own children. He buys a good quality of clothes to give to his special children. Even though he's not distributing everything to everybody. Just like that. He's giving, okay, you also want 100 rupees, you also want 100 rupees, you also want... If their own child asks, okay, you take 500 rupees. But it is natural for the father. That's where Lord Kṛṣṇa is giving opportunity to everyone. Kṛṣṇa is not partial and impartial here. He is simply reciprocating the mood of their service. Again I'm saying, Kṛṣṇa is not partial and impartial. In this verse, he is simply reciprocating the mood of their service. Ye yathā maham prapadyante, tāṁs tathaiva bhajanti. The amount of your surrender to me, that amount of my friendship I open with you. If you say, Lord, you are saying, okay, surrender to me completely. Okay, if you are opening your 20%, Lord says, I will also open myself for 20%. Okay, God, I open for 40%. Okay, I also open for 40%. Okay, 60. Okay, I am also 60. Okay, 100. Okay, now I am also 100. So it's up to our side how much we surrender to the Lord. So according to that, He reciprocates with us. And that's His natural affection for His child. And He's giving this opportunity to all of us. Not only those who are listening to Him, He's giving opportunity to everybody. Whoever you are, please take up this process. And this facility, who is providing? The devotees of the Lord. That's where Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and all other our previous acharyas, their focus is on book distribution. They're focusing. Because the devotees of the Lord, they are creating facilities for the whole world. Kindly take this opportunity. Make your human birth successful. Listen what the Lord is saying to all of us. Follow His instruction and become His dear devotee. Yogakshemam aham. But how to become Yogakshema aham? Ananyas chintayanto mam. We have to listen to Him. We have no other option because we are stuck in this material world. And He has given us the solution. Krishna consciousness is not the only solution. It is the solution. And there is no other solution also. You may try. Kṛṣṇa has given so many other solutions to Arjuna. Okay, try Karma Yoga, try Jnana Yoga, try Ashtanga Yoga, try this yoga, this sacrifice, this charity, that charity. You try everything. Arjuna was refuting everything. My Lord, I have done everything, whatever you have said. Finally, give me the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the only solution here where His Lord is emphasizing to all of us. And for that, He has given immense amount of knowledge in the form of Bhagavad Gita, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the form of Nectar of Devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and plus how to apply all those things He has given His pure devotees. Because we also know ki, Baba, now I got this instruction, how should I apply this? For that thing, the Srimad Bhagavatam is there. The instruction is in the form of Bhagavad Gita, and the case study, they are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Arjuna did this, but how should I apply it? Is there any devotee in the history who has applied this instruction? Lord says, yes, definitely. Padma Puran read, Garud Puran read, Srimad Bhagavatam you read, all the Puranas are there. You see, there's so many case studies are there. Those people who have followed this instruction, their life has tremendously changed. Their life has tremendously changed. What amount of wealth we are proud of in today's Kali Yuga? We have nothing. We have no wealth at all. If we are proud of our big factories and many houses, we nothing have to proud. If we see Srimad Bhagavatam, the cows, the friends, the dveṣyas, gwalas, their cows were wearing gold bangles. What to speak about their women? Cows were wearing. They were wearing the golden horns, They were wearing the necklaces. Cows were wearing necklaces. What to speak about their women? Can we wear, if we have any pets, animal at our home, can we buy some gold for them? Not at all. We don't have. No. People were much more wealthier than today in previous lives or previous yugas. But they were not bothering to enjoy. They were not become crazy for that opulence. What they were doing, they were utilizing all those opulence to advance in spiritual life. They did not even bother all those things. Whoever comes, they were happily giving charity. And when we give, our daily, monthly budget get upsets. If we give any 100 rupees or 200 rupees as a donation in the temple or somebody, we think, oh Baba, we have given so much wealth. I could buy so many things for myself. No, they were happily giving without even regretting even for a second. That was, they were having a pure heart in their mind here. And look at that. What says in the translation, but whoever renders service into me in devotion is a friend is in me, and I'm also a friend to him. By rendering devotional service to the Supreme Lord, we become his friend and he becomes our friend. And can you think about it? If the Lord is your friend, what else do you need in your life? You should not be feared for anything. You should not be feared for anything. Just a small example, if you see, if you have any friend who is very influential, very powerful, very wealthy in the society, like some politician, some big person, so how do we walk? Our walk changes. We know somebody who is our back. Then we use him as our credit card. Okay, we know so and so person is our friend, and we show the photo also. See, he's putting hand on my shoulder, and then we use him to go anywhere to get out of the problems, whether it's a traffic rule problem or a police case or any case. We just use like this. So see, a material man who is so powerful in this material world, on his shoulder, we are so much secured, we feel so much secured. So what will happen if the Lord puts his hand on us? So how much surety he is giving to us? He says, I am giving you surety and making you fearless, not in this world, in other world also. Trust me. That's where Lord is saying, I am not enemy, I am also giving you opportunity. I am giving you my hand. Do you mind shaking your hand with me? You want to have friendship with me? That's what Lord is saying here. Have friendship with me. What is the verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the last verse? Yatra Yogeshwaro Kṛṣṇo Yatra Partho Dhanurdara Yatra Shri Vijyor Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Wherever Kṛṣṇa is there, if Kṛṣṇa is your side and the Arjuna is your side, all the opulence, all the victory, all the morality, all the name, fame, prestige, everything will be coming into your code. Nothing to be feared. Nothing to be feared. That's what Arjuna asked. Kṛṣṇa is everything. Everything comes from him. If we leave him and if we grab something else, we are the biggest loser in the game of our life. But if we have Kṛṣṇa, then we are the victor. We are the winner all time. No one can defeat us. That's where he has so beautifully, Lord is saying, become my friend. And Srila Prabhupada is comparing, actually, I think it's Baladev Vidyabhushan or anyway, this is Srila Prabhupada is comparing that he's comparing Lord to the diamond. And he's comparing gold to the devotees. Because Kṛṣṇa himself says that the amount of my pure devotee is dear to me, my wife Lakshmi ji and even my brother Balaram ji is not even dear to me that much. I'm ready to do anything for the pleasure of my devotee. I'm ready to leave my brother, I'm ready to leave Lakshmi ji also. Can you see how much he loves it? That is the divine transcendental reciprocation here. Prabhupada writes in this purport last here, you don't think this relationship is a mundane relationship of this material world. No, it is a completely divine and transcendental relationship. Only the person who is in the relationship, only he and she can understand what is going on in the relationship. If the person is already not in the relationship, how can he enjoy the relationship? He has to be in the relationship. That's why Lord is saying, see, the ring, many, like those who are married people, they wear gold rings. So the ring is there, itself is glorified. And the diamond outside itself is glorified. But if you put the diamond on the gold ring, Hindi mein bolte hain na, sone pe suhaga, then it becomes more beautiful. It becomes even more beautiful. That's why Lord is diamond, he is anyways beautiful. Gold is here, his pure devotees, anyway they are beautiful. When they come together, they become even more beautiful in their relationship. That's why Lord is saying, please, you also be do like this. Okay, it's 10 minutes left. I would like to have any questions. If anybody has any questions. So, yes, please use the microphone. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
In the introduction, Prabhupada makes it very clear.
In the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes,
that he makes a difference between Sanatana Dharma and non-Sanatana Dharma.
He makes the difference between Sanatana and non-Sanatana Dharma. Okay.
Non-Sanatana Dharma is Hinduism,
Yes.
Islam,
Yes.
Jainism,
Yes.
Christianity,
Yes.
Buddhism, and
Yeah.
Sikhism, and so on.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada writes that, that all other, they are faiths, they are not religion. Sanatana Dharma is the main religion because people from the Sanatana Dharma became Jews 3,700 years ago.
Yes.
From the Sanatana Dharma they became Buddhists
Yes.
2,700 years ago.
Yes.
From Sanatana Dharma they became Christians 2,000
Yes.
years ago, and like that.
Yes.
So whenever people go into non-Sanatana Dharma, they won't be able to, even if they are worshipping the Lord, they won't be able to connect with Him. It will still be how He teaches.
Yes, Prabhu. Because the point is, they are cutting off from their actual root. As you beautifully mentioned, I will go for a short thing. See, how old is the Sikhism? 550 years old. 500, 600 years old, okay? Before people were not worshipping the Lord, yes, they were doing it. Let's go back. Islam, 1400 years old, 1500 years old. Before them, not worshipping the Lord, it was going on. Which one? Christianity, Bible, 2000 years old. Before that, Buddhism, 3000 years old. And before that, Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5000 years ago, where Lord Kṛṣṇa is saying in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text number 1, this knowledge, first time I spoken to Vivasvan. How billions and years ago this knowledge is there. So we have to connect to our actual root. We all appreciate other thing, religion, but also in the same introduction, Prabhupada says, because they don't have a good bona fide teacher to explain them. See, Jadavata Maharaj answers like that. There is a pocket dictionary and there is an abridged dictionary. We appreciate pocket dictionary, but pocket dictionary doesn't have all the information. Only the abridged dictionary is a full-fledged. So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are the full-fledged dictionary. We appreciate there, but they don't have much more knowledge about it. So that's what it is here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh, it's an echo is there. Oh, you were hearing? Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Giving the examples of 4 sons of a father.
4 sons of a father. I gave the example. Yeah.
And then, not then, but like the scenario you said the Kṛṣṇa, when we worship 20%, then we show 20%.
Yes.
So how is like one side it is
How does the verse?
Like how is that is one side is like providing everything.
Yes.
Yeah. But then here, like here from one
Yes.
So also like
Prabhu, they are not contradictory. See, if I'll give you the example, if a person is fully trained in the army for so many years, 2, 3, 4 years, they have fully trained, then the government gives him the gun. Okay, it gives him the revolver, the string gun, and many other things, because the person has become fully responsible. He will utilize only when there is a need. But the government does not give that machine guns and all the guns to everybody. Even the government wants to give. He says, you come, stay with us, we will train you, we will teach you everything, then you can utilize when the right time will come. Then you will be given a reward. Okay? In the same way, when the Lord is also here, He says, I am loving you everything. Whatever you want, I am providing you everything. But you have to listen to me. I will train you in the knowledge, because when the right knowledge will come, then you can utilize the right knowledge to uplift yourself spiritually, and you can help others also uplift them spiritually. Otherwise, if you give the right knowledge to the wrong person, what he will do? That's why, if you see in the Vedic style, the knowledge was only given to higher caste people, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, because they know how to utilize the knowledge. Sudras, they were not given, because after getting the knowledge, they don't know where to use it. You know, there is a story comes Eklavya, where Eklavya, he was not a Kshatriya, he was a Sudra. Yeah, but without the permission of a Dronacharya, he learned. He was watching everybody that how Dronacharya was teaching all the Pandavas, and he picked up the knowledge. But they were Kshatriya, they were using this knowledge to establish the dharma. And this fellow, Eklavya, he was a Sudra. Anybody, any cheater can come, give him some money, he say, you come and fight for me. He doesn't know how to utilize the knowledge in which better way. So that's why I say, now I want an dakshina, you thumb. So you cannot utilize this knowledge. Otherwise it will be a harm in the society. So the right people, the highest people, they give the knowledge only to the qualified person. They don't impart the knowledge to everybody. But they love everybody. Make sense? So in this way, Lord is saying, if you open yourself, whichever amount, I am asking you to surrender everything for me. He says, na sarva-dharman parityaja, you leave everything, completely come to me, I will help you in any amount, trust me. But the problem is not from the Lord's side, the problem is from our side. We have a lack in faith, ki Baba, if I go, if I leave everything, I will be a loser. No, you won't be a loser, you will always a winner. Going to Kṛṣṇa, no one becomes loser. Everybody becomes here, winner here. In the same way, Lord is saying, ki if you want to open to me, I will be open to you only that much. If you say 100, I say 100. If you say 50, that's what he's saying. Like, ye yathā maṁ prapadyante. The way you surrender to me, I will reciprocate to you according to that. Make sense? Is it helping you? Okay, Prabhu has one question here. Yeah. There is no class after that.
Thank you. Very energetic class here. Really appreciated by heart. I have a little bit question. We will be really not relevant to this. But as you have explained, that Lord is samo. I don't understand this.
Lord is?
Samo.
Samoham, yeah. Sarva-bhūteṣu, yeah.
That is very good. That's very good. But I have seen so many times, a number of times, that even the good bhaktas, even the good bhaktas,
Good devotees.
Are being put into various sort of troubles.
Okay.
Not for the sake of saying that they will be having this chanting mayi, but they are also having a lot of suffering. So for their like they will say that the Lord is taking care of their soul, not of their body. So, but we as a human being, we have to take care of our body as well. So in that case, what is your opinion? How Lord is taking care of the body factor?
Yes. Yeah, it's not my opinion, it's the opinion of Srila Prabhupada. He gave in his teaching that, he says, as I said, there are many angles to see one thing. We cannot see a one incident or something from one angle. There are many angles to see. So the one angle is there, which Prabhupada mentioned us. He says, ki Lord is using as an instrument to his pure devotee. He is using his pure devotee as an instrument to preach to the whole world, no matter whatever happens in your life. Okay, whether you are sick, whether you have no legs or no hands, no anything, no one is next to you, you are poverty stricken, you are everything, whatever is there, still he is performing his spiritual duty. Okay, there is a beautiful verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, yathā anugrame haryate tad dhanam shanay tad adhanam chadancha yasya swajano dukha dukhitam. Here Lord is saying, he says, when I become more pleased, more, the most pleased with any of my devotee, I take away all his wealth. Oh my God, what is saying Lord? Lord is saying, when I become most pleased with somebody, I takes away all his wealth. And top of that, what I do? I take him away from all his relative members. That's what the whole world wants. I want so many wealth because I want to share that wealth among all my relatives. But Lord is saying, yathā anugrame. When I become so much pleased with a devotee, he doesn't do with everybody. He only does with the pure devotee. Because the person who is suffering, he is not complaining. The person who is giving, he is not complaining. But the outer person who is seeing, he is only complaining. Why is it happening to him? But just look at that person, he is in full bliss. If we feel that one of our property has gone down, we become so much shattered in our mind and our heart. Oh my God, our property has gone. What's happened to the Lord? Is he not checking out my bank balance? Doesn't he know my bank balance has gone? No. Lord is saying, so what he does after taking everything, I give the shelter of my lotus feet. Okay, another example I give you. Have you ever been to Govardhan? Last year, I have been in January. You know January, how cold it is? Super freaking cold. Okay, have you seen the sadhus, the ladies and the prabhus, how they sleep over there? They don't even have any bed. They have just a blanket, a rag, they sleep on top of it, and they have another blanket, and they have a turban. Okay, inside that, they were just chanting their Hare Kṛṣṇa. Lord may have asked, you people always say you want to take the shelter of my lotus feet. Okay, you want the opulence of the world or you want the opulence of my lotus feet? If you want the opulence of my lotus feet, then you have to leave everything. Are you ready? So these sadhus, they say, yes, we are ready. So they are living next to the lotus feet of Govardhan. And we travel all the way from America, Australia to go and travel that around. But look at that devotee. They have no fear. They have no house, no family member, no bank balance. They have no worry about what meal they will eat there next. They're completely dependent upon the Lord. So are we ready for it? So the Lord is making his pure devotee as an instrument to teach the whole world. No matter whatever happens in your life, if your family, if your wife gives you away, your husband gives you away, your wealth gives you away, anything, no matter, still you have to perform your spiritual duty by any means. That is the another way of looking it. For us it looks, example is Jai Pataka Maharaj, okay, Kadam Kanan Maharaj, Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu. There are many, Gopal Krishna Maharaj. They are having so much difficulty, but still they are always in the war. They are leading us. Can we do like that? If we get sick, you know, we just take everything off. We are not going to do the service. We are not going to do this and that. We take everything off. But they increase their service in a difficult time. Anyway, this is our karma. It has to come and go. Due to our karma, we get our happiness and distress. But it has nothing to do with the spiritual thing. Spiritually is completely aloof for our material comfort. Okay? I think Prabhu also has to go. He's completely. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Oops.